and welcome back to IIBEC 2025 in Orlando, Florida. My name is Heidi Ellsworth, and we are live on the Coffee Shop's soundstage, sponsored by IB Roof Systems. And we're here with our friends from Beacon. Oh yeah, Berta, welcome to the soundstage.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Heidi.
We are so excited. You and I have just met, and I'm so excited to get to know you better. This is so cool. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do with Beacon.
Yes, of course, happy to. My name is Berta. I've been with Beacon for 2.5 years. Okay. I lead commercial roofing for Beacon.
Wow.
Which is a really big part of our current strategy and our future strategy as well. Beacon has always sold commercial roofing products, but with our current CEO, Julian, he really put a big emphasis on commercial roofing. And hence, we put a lot of things in place and investments in place to really accelerate what we're doing in the commercial roofing space. Hence, us going to conferences like this one.
Yes.
And I'm very excited to be here.
That is so, we saw your booth. Amazing graphics. I just love the whole building envelope and how you showed everything that Beacon does. Talk a little bit about your commercial program and kind of what you're showing in the booth and what you're talking to consultants about.
Yes, so I think what's a really cool development this year is that we are now covering the full building envelope with the solutions that we are providing for commercial buildings. Mm-hmm. Because of course we had the roofing. In some places in the country we also dabbled in waterproofing, but now with the acquisition of Coastal last year and then several others, we are now the leading commercial waterproofing distributor as well. So both the top and the sides, all the sides of a commercial building we're now covering, which is fantastic. Yeah. And you can see that in the booth because there's a commercial building and all of the different products that we sell are going around that building. And
as you're working with your contractors, they're doing the whole building envelope. We're starting to see that more and more, or at least they're talking. And obviously with the building envelope consultants, they're specifying the whole building.
Yes, they are.
So, excuse me, I'm sorry. So what do you see with you and what you're doing every day and with Beacon overall? How important are the consultants, the building envelope and the roof consultants, really to the industry overall and to your initiatives?
Yes, the consultants are very important to, of course, the ecosystem, but also what we are doing. For the waterproofing teams, they've been doing this for many years. They're working closely with our teams to get certain products spec'd in, to make sure whatever is provided is providing the best quality building, right? But also solutions that make sense for the contractors.
Yes.
And then, of course, we are delivering the products, etc. But that expert advice, that is really something where the consultants interact with our teams, and we're doing that also on the roofing side, but that's an area where we're really trying to double down and strengthening those connections.
I love it because you are so right. The consultants, they're trying to make things right for the building owner, but also you're right for the contractors, and really bringing all that together. And while you working within that, it also brings Beacon to the front end of that planning process.
Yes, and let me share one example that I'm really excited about, which we're also launching here today at IIBEC, and I've already had several conversations with consultants about. We have a service that we call PosiSlope, which we have provided in Canada for many years, but we have never done it in the US up until 2020, late 2024, and now we're providing it to the West Coast and the northern part of the US as well. So what is PosiSlope?
Okay, I was going to ask. Okay.
PosiSlope is a pre-cutting service for tapered insulation.
Love it.
So when contractors in the US get tapered insulation delivered to the job site, they have to cut it into triangles to put it on roofs. Right. And it takes quite a bit of time. Yes. The cuts are not necessarily very accurate when you're doing it on a roof, right? In the heat of the moment. So we can cut those panels for them in one of our Beacon branches and then ship it to the job site with clear instructions on how to lay them down. It's like a puzzle. It's like an IKEA kind of thing. And the funny thing is, in Canada, the whole industry operates this way.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it.
All contractors use it, but in the US, contractors don't know about it yet. So we're getting the word out, and we're getting really great feedback from contractors that are working both in Canada and in the US, and are saying, okay, now we need it in the US as well. So it's great progress, and also I think I got some consultants interested as well. So let's see.
That is awesome, because I would think for consultants, they would like that. They would like to know, hey, this is a service that we can have. It saves on labor.
It saves labor,
right?
Yes.
Labor, and with the shortage, the labor shortage, that is exactly what you need, is those kind of labor savings opportunities, and that helps.
Yes, and it makes for a higher quality roof, which the roof consultants care about, because they want to give the best advice to the owner of a building on what to do. And if there are certain items that, of course, a very highly skilled contractor can do, but maybe the ones that are just starting out, or you know how difficult it is to get skilled labor, sometimes they can't do it exactly right. A roof consultant might worry about that and think, okay, so why don't they buy these pre-cut panels?
Yeah.
And with that, we guarantee that the roof quality is high.
There is so much going on out there with prefabrication.
Yes.
And this is just the start. I think we're going to see more and more and more as that goes through.
I think so too.
I love the fact that you guys are making it happen, and that it's been happening in Canada.
Yes.
That's great.
For many years, the industry is operating this way and has been for many decades. We are actually, if you stop by our booth later today, we have flown in our Canadian team to help us for the evangelizing here in the US, and of course they jumped right in. So
they love
fantastic.
it. We're going to be at the Canada show in April, so we'll be able to check you out there too, I'm sure. Get you on the sound stage.
Okay.
Okay, what have you seen in the show so far? I mean, it started yesterday. We've just started tonight. But what are some of your takeaways of, you know, the people, what they're asking, what the consultants are interested in? Kind of what overall are some of your takeaways from the show?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I just participated in the keynote, but also a lot of the conversations I had are really centered around artificial intelligence. I think everybody is trying to figure out how can we use it, where does it make sense, and it's not just, okay, that it's helping me to write another email, right? So what are the use cases? Is there something, I personally, I'm also still trying to figure it out. We have, you know, at Beacon, we have Microsoft Copilot that we're using, and I think I use it to some extent every day, but have I already found that piece that is saving me tons of hours? I would say not yet. I'm also still on that path. That being said, and this was just my personal experience, at Beacon we have a really cool pilot currently undergoing that puts knowledge at people's fingertips, because we talked about that our teams interact with the consultants and with the contractors as expert resources, right?
Yes.
So when contractors or others walk into our branches, how cool would it be if you had a tablet, and whatever question the customer asks, that artificial intelligence has access to all of the spec documents, has access to all of the technical documents from all the vendors, and you just type in the question and you immediately pull up the answer and can be that expert advice, giving that back to the contractor.
Brilliant.
And that's what we're piloting right now.
Yeah, you're piloting it.
It's really fascinating.
You guys are always at the forefront.
We're trying to be.
Yes.
The power of Beacon.
I love it. The power of Beacon. I love it. Well, thank you. And you know what, I have to say again, leading commercial sales, a woman in roofing, I'm just so happy to meet you, and congratulations. What a great initiative, and you can see the success that's already happening. So
thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you all for watching. We've got more coming.